Alright, I'm making this video on the SCCY Industries CPX-2. I was at a gun show and I went looking for a Kel-Tec PF9 and there were none there. I was talking to a guy who owns a place called Shark Coast Tactical. I think they're in Sarasota. The guy's name was Will. He had a PF11 there. And I was looking at it and he started talking about the SCCY. Well, when he said it, I said, who? Well, we've never heard of that before. And he went over it, and he's basically recommended this over the P11 Kel-Tec. It had what I was looking for. The price was less than I was planning on spending there, and I decided to go for it, and I did. Well, after I bought it, the first thing I did was I went online looking for, SCCY. What is this place? What kind of reviews can I find? What are people saying about it? And, like a lot of things online, I found a whole bunch of negative stuff. Not very much good. And right then I thought, geez, what did I do? I really messed up this time. What was I thinking, I called Will back and I said, hey, listen, I'm a little concerned about what I did here. Maybe we could work something out, maybe a trade back, I don't know, just, what's the deal? Actually, I left him a message. I wasn't sure if he was going to call me back. He did call me back later that same day. It was the day I bought it. And he reassured me that, look, this is a great gun. He told me this is what he carries. He would take this any day over the Kel-Tec, and I really believed him. He didn't seem like he was lying or whatever, and I thought, well, let me take his word for it, give him the benefit of the doubt. Let me take it to the range, and let's just see what happens. If I don't like it, I'm going to call him back and give him some hell over it, But I figured, hey, let's see what happens. I got it to the range. I think I put, well, I don't think, I know I put close to 300 rounds through it. It did fail to eject once, but I racked the slide and it ejected, and that was that, Out of the box, it comes with, and yes, these are loaded. That's what you're seeing. I've been keeping them loaded because the springs are a little tight out of the box, and I figured if I keep them full, these are 10 round magazines, 10 plus 1 in the gun, so you have opportunity to carry 11 rounds if you wanted to. And I've been keeping these. These are just Walmart Gus Winchesters. I think they're like $12 for a box of 50. And they're good for target, but yeah, these are indeed loaded. On the grip, they come out of the box with the extended grip finger, which is real nice. The gun is a little squirrely when you fire it, but they do come with the flat. If you wanted to have a smaller, shorter grip, if that was a concern for you, you could put these on there. Personally, I think I'm going to keep them there after shooting it. It does. It gives you that extra finger in there. So this is the CPX-2. The difference between the CPX-1 and the CPX-2, as I understand it, is that the 1 has a safety, the 2 doesn't. I really didn't want a safety. I didn't want to, in a situation where I needed to use it, I didn't want to have to worry about a safety. So, I didn't have that. Some of the complaints I found online were that when you're putting in the magazine, some people were complaining that they got their little finger pinched in between here. I never had that problem, although maybe I was aware of it because I knew somebody had said something about it. But I just put the magazine up and give it a hit, and it's sealed. It's not going anywhere. Now the release button here, again, people had a concern with that. I never had an issue with that. The way that I grip the gun, I'm just not in contact with that, even with the other hand over. It's just not an issue for me. Some people talked about grinding it down, doing various things. It's a free drop release, so I kind of like it like that, just the way it is out of the box. I did have one time where I did not give it a hit. I think I just kind of pushed it up there. It was sort of catching, but not really. And when I fired the first round, the next round, well, actually, when I fired it, I felt it drop in my hand. And I knew, uh-oh, it dropped. I did go ahead and pull the trigger again. Nothing happened. I locked it back in. I racked the slide, and I finished out the magazine, whatever was in there, no problem. So that was, I think, a user error more than anything else. As long as I gave it a good wrap with my hand, it locked it in, it was no problem. I mean, overall, it feels good in your hand. I was actually pretty happy. I was at the range, and I have some video I'm going to put on of the range. Guy next to me had the Keltec PF9, which was originally what I thought I wanted to buy. I'd only read and looked on him online, and he had one there, and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. That's really what I wanted. We were talking, and I said, hey, would you mind if I, I'll use my own ammo and just try out the gun, put a few rounds through it? So he said, no problem. I did. Of course, I think it's 7 or 8 rounds in that. I think it's 8+1 or 7+1 on that. But as soon as I picked it up, I was like, wow, that's pretty, I mean, it's tiny. I like that. It's nice about that. But I'll tell you what, when that thing is in your hand, you just feel like it's going to get away from you. For a carry weapon, I don't think it matters, if you just need to pull it out. It is small, and I'm not going to say anything bad about it, but as far as the feel for it, I think this has a much better feel for it. When I breakdown is real easy, by the way. You just, if you have strong fingernails like I do, you just pull this pin out. It's really not that hard. Pops out, and once you do that, you let the slide go forward. Easy. Pull it right off. The whole assembly comes out, and that's your disassembly. As far as this goes, take your forward spring, pop it out. Make sure it's going to go back in the same way. Barrel comes right out like that, and I cleaned it up afterwards, and she was dirty, but not that bad. There's a black spot here, it just kind of lines up with that, and then you just, when you see the front, it's going to lock in there, and you'll see it's in place, and then just snap it in there. And then as far as reassembly, it's just going to go right back over the top here. Got something wrong there, but like I said, overall, I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? I don't know what I did wrong here. It was easy the first time I did it. I must have something incorrectly installed here somehow. I think maybe the barrel wasn't down all the way. I don't know. Anyhow, I have some video of the range that I'm going to show. And now I'm going to waste video because I'm trying to put this thing back together. It really does go back together easily, trust me. Obviously, I'm gabbing away here and I did something that I shouldn't have, and I don't exactly know what it is, but it really does go together easy. First time I had trouble doing it, so I'm not sure what I'm doing something. There it goes. Okay, now once you get it back in place, the barrel, the locking pin is just going to go in. I think I'm doing something wrong. I think I have to bring this back. Yeah, there we go. Then get your barrel to line up like so, and get the pin in there. You'll feel when it's in there. I'm making this look really difficult because it's really not that hard. And once it goes in, it locks in place, barrel's in place, and then it's all set and ready to go. Anyhow, overall, $255 I paid for the gun. I really can't complain. I like it. I think for the money, it's a great buy. I mean, if you want to go out and spend, a lot more money, you certainly can. There's a lot of good guns out there. I think, though, personally, I think this gun, you're going to see it go up in price here in the future, because I think that they, whatever problems they had in the beginning have been resolved, in my opinion, and it's out of the box, ready to go. So that's my video. I didn't find anything on it. I want to make something. I'm going to roll to some range footage and just, you know, so you can see it actually in action. And that's it.
We got it, Reed. Help you out a little bit better. You get the loose pitch. Sorry, man, go. Where it goes. That was okay, boss. See, no. Government is. You don't know if you're higher. Yeah. You have a feeling. You should try to hit the head on the stand or sitting. Yeah. You could probably hit it. Well, I don't know about that. That little shot. Yeah. That would be a pretty good shot. Target for me. But we'll leave it. I'll ask. This man in the room. One.